I'm sure that time to time you feel like everything sucks. I mean, when you look back at your life and ask yourself, how on earth did I last 10 years pass so fast? I have achieved nothing. Don't worry, aren't the only who feels like that. The problem with achievements is that you set the goal, it seems like you have all the time in the world. You want to become a millionaire by the next year. Not in 10 years, because the idea that you have to wait for 10 years sounds ridiculous. So you will probably procrastinate and keep postponing it until the last minute. But then it's going to be too late. Remember how it was in the college. You never start working on the assignments earlier, no matter how many times you tell yourself that you will. And what happens at the end of the day is that you will stay awake the entire night to finish the assignment because the deadline is the next morning. But unlike college, in real life, you are only accountable on yourself when you set a goal. That's why you keep postponing them for years, and time to time you will be feeling like life sucks. And you will be right, that's when self discipline comes into the picture. It's almost impossible to be hyper productive for the long period. You might be able to do for a day, maybe two, maybe a couple of the weeks, but not more than that. Which means the only way to achieve the big goals is to achieve a little bit of it every single day. Of course, staying addicted all the time seems impossible, but it's actually the one way around. In fact, self-discipline is much easier than focusing yourself on be hyper-productive every other days. Your weekends are probably your most unproductive days because you don't have to wake up at a specific time, and your day most of the time aren't properly planned. Whereas during the work days, you have to follow a routine that you already got used to, which makes it easy. It might seem so boring to turn your life into the strict routine, but that's probably the only way to stay productive on a day to day basis. Quite often, you will be feeling demotivated because you are doing the same things every single day, and around the same time without realizing any noticeable progress. But in a matter of the years, when you look back, that half an hour that you used to spend in the gym every night finally starts showing some results. Even when you won't necessarily feel the difference between the progress has been slow and was happening throughout the years, the only way to look back at the picture of yourself is a year ago. However, self discipline has its own problems. The moment you divided from your routine a little bit, your entire days gets ruined sometimes. If you go to the bed an hour or two later, that's you usually do, you can expect to be quite unproductive for the entire day because you will wake up late and disturb your routine. I personally experience that time to time, and it's really difficult to be somewhere in the middle. You are either disciplined or not. If you are struggling to discipline yourself, I would highly suggest you start with fixing your sleep because, unsurprisingly, it's the most important factor that will affect your productivity. Sleep as much as you want, but make sure you go to the bed around the same time. People often get motivated and start with everything at once and get burnt out quickly and give up. So do not make the same mistakes. Make sure you start with one habit at a time. Once you discipline yourself with that, then move on. So good luck.